was your verdict on that performance and that victory for your team?
Oh, we did our job. We need to get these 3 points. We need to win the game. We know how important it was after 2 defeats to get the momentum of the game back to our side. I think we did a professional game. We could have scored more, but well done for their keeper. Did a really good game. Some great saves that kept Wolves in the game until the last moment. But we did a really good job. We get our 3 points. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think you had something like 27 shots. You mentioned there that you could have scored more. Should you have scored more? The manager's been speaking about the team needing to get more goals.
Yeah, but I think today was not the case of wasting our chances. I think, as I said before, the keeper did a really good job. Probably 1 or 2 chances we could have a better shot, but I think the keeper was really good today. Did a great game. We have to give the compliment to him. I think much more accurate to the shots on target today. So we keep improving. It's 2-0, 2 goals is enough to get the 3 points. That is the most important thing.
But we've just seen, of course, a big win for Manchester United, Jermaine, and that's exactly what they needed in their bid to finish in the top 4.
Yeah, and they won it at a canter, to be honest with you. First half, they completely dominated the game. Wolves were sitting really deep. They weren't really bothered about pressing or closing down or finding themselves in the right areas at the right times. They just went through the motions in the first half. Second half, we saw a better performance from them.
Yeah.
But you would still argue Manchester United had something like 27 chances, 27 shots on goal, and Wolves had 5 for the duration of the game. So that in itself speaks absolute volumes.
Yeah.
It's disappointing from a Wolves perspective, but look, Manchester United doing what Man United need to do.
And that second goal, although it came deep into injury time, it was the least they deserved, you'd argue, wouldn't you? Yeah. Especially after those statistics. That
I think Wolves were poor today. I think obviously Bentley played in goal. We spoke about before the game. Man of the match, I would say. He made some great saves for Wolves today. And of course, Garnacho finished it off there. Brilliant finish. And we were talking off there. I think he's a big star of the future, him for sure.
It's a good response after back-to-back defeats against Brighton and West Ham. Was there a decent reaction from United for you?
Yeah, I thought they played pretty well, missing their best player in Marcus Rashford. But let's be honest, you know, a side like Wolves at home, you should beat. You know, you should beat comfortably. You know, they had a good, strong side out there, and they dominated the game and they took the chances. And when you do that, then I thought it was only going to be one winner. Yeah, what it does do is reinforce this campaign of chalk and cheese between home and away for United.
Yeah, it does. Their home form has been fantastic. Really, really good. The away form hasn't been terrible, don't get me wrong, but you know, when you compare it to the home form and you compare it to the others and you look at where Manchester United should be, it does need improvement. And that's an area which, you know, Ten Hag is going to definitely be looking at improving, bringing different players come the end of the season to help that.
But Shay, it's all about winning at this stage, right?
Yeah, and I said before, it's a perfect game. Wolves obviously got their safety last weekend, and today it felt they were playing with...
Do you think they were the perfect opponent?
I think so, especially at home, as the lad says, the home advantage helps, but at the same time, you've got a team who just have the relief of knowing they're safe for another season. It just takes the edge off the game for them, and not in a totally positive way either. So, you know, Bentley gets a deserved mention for the goalkeeper who played today for Wolves, who had a brilliant game. So, yeah, it was a nice game for the Manish, to be honest.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at both goals, starting with the first from Anthony Martial. And it was well worked, actually.
Well, it was. I mean, Wolves defensively, one thing you would say is
tracking back.
They're out of position, you know, defensively. But fair play, you know, Bruno's great in the hole there. He's always finding little pockets. Good way to pass for Anthony. And let's be honest, from here, he should score. Martial does great, then he just drops off and simple finish.
He does. You look at his position, Martial, he's just out of sight. There he is in vision there. He slows his roll down, he slows his run, and he gives Anthony a perfect opportunity, a perfect pass for him. No pressure on that pass either. And that's the sort of thing we want to see from Anthony more and more often. But this is a great run from Garnacho. Lovely pass in there as well. But the little hesitate, drop the shoulder, create half a yard of space, and a lovely, lovely finish.
This is still Man United at their best. A bit like under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, on the counter. Absorb and hit teams on the counter. Luke Shaw into Anthony. that ball in there is perfectly weighted, and I'm with Shay. Garnacho is a fabulous player. Whether you play him off the left.
Can Man United play like that? But like, especially at home, sort of being a counter-attacking team, or.
But look, Shay, you can only work with what you got, aren't you?
Ah, true.
They're good at. I mean, everybody wants to play like Pep's team, but you know.
But you know the fans at Old Trafford, it's attack, attack, attack. That song comes out every 5 minutes. You know, it's true, but they haven't had a chance.
True.
Like, but can they play in a counter-attack?
It's true. I mean, that was an accusation labelled under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who continued to play as a counter-attacking side, be it home or away. But can you keep doing it at Old Trafford in front of your own fans?
Well, they've been brilliant at Old Trafford. The biggest problem has been the away form. I think against the top 10 teams, they haven't picked up. I think they got 1 point against the top 10 teams away from home. That's ridiculous. So in a way, you would like to think everybody wants to play like Pep and get the ball down and play. But actually, if your greatest strength is actually playing on the counter, play on the counter. So look, something to address. I think Pep wants to play. Ten Hag wants to play. But they still, I think they need to strengthen the squad if they want to play in that way. And there'll be a lot of changes at Man United this summer.
OK. Well, it gives United a 4-point advantage over Liverpool, of course, before Liverpool go to Leicester on Monday. Let's get some reaction from United's win then. Here's their head coach, Erik ten Hag.
Erik, congratulations. 3 vital points. Just explain what you thought of that performance and how important that win was as well today.
As you say, vital. We had to bounce back. We had two big defeats, individual mistakes. We had no energy, so we played slow. And today we had to win, and we did it.
Plenty of shots against this goalkeeper, Dan Bentley, who was making his Premier League and his Wolves debut as well, and he kept Manchester United at bay on plenty of occasions. Is there a frustration that there wasn't more clinical in your side today?
We are very good into making the opponent's goalkeeper man of the match, and it was in Brighton and it was today. So we have to be more clinical. We have to work on that, better conversion.
Yeah, and they edge that step closer to a top 4 finish, which would make for a pretty decent campaign, right, for Erik ten Hag, considering they've already got 1 trophy in the cabinet?
Absolutely, yeah. Good season. I think it's obviously not the standards that United have set in the past, but the problem is that they're away from that. And obviously, the ownership situation, the change of manager, who's going to be a sporting director, all these kind of things they need to fix. But I think they're headed in the right direction, let's say, and to potentially win 2 trophies and finish top 4. I think any United fan would have taken that.
Okay.